I know that a lot of people were happy about the focus of Liv and Rhea and all this whatever going back to the women's world title. And because people are like, oh, the focus has not, it's like not even about the world title anymore. And I had a couple things to say about that, which some of it we already talked about. One, where were you during the entire year-long reign of Rhea Ripley when she would go months without defending the title?
Yeah,
Where were
where you
you
been?
guys? Where were you? I didn't hear you complaining about a lack of, emphasis on being champion. No one said anything. And it's because it's Rhea Ripley. And I love Rhea Ripley, but come on, let's hold the same standard for the same people, for everybody. You can't
Yeah.
make it okay for Rhea and all of her stories being revolving around the Judgment Day and not about the women's world title. But when it comes to Liv Morgan, it's a problem. Secondly, the reason why that was happening is the implosion of the Judgment Day happened in
Ah,
one
yes,
night.
it did. It
So
did.
you have to address that before you start addressing like individual feuds. That's what they
Mm-hmm.
did. That's what this match was at Bash in Berlin. Because hello, it was a pay-per-view that was 3.5 weeks or whatever it was after SummerSlam. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
again, whatever. Now the focus is shifting back to the women's world title, which makes sense because the next pay-per-view is Bad Blood next month. So yeah, we're gonna have individual titles back. I'm excited. I think Rhea and Liv, I really like their chemistry in the ring. I think they're gonna put on a banger match.
Yeah, I'm
But
not worried about that. I'm not worried, and I'm more building off of your opinion or thoughts. There is that yeah, they're not gonna. It's not gonna matter. They're gonna put on a banger match. That's not what this is
yeah,
about. It's all about building the match to make it mean something and to make it brutal and worth it. Rhea coming, which makes sense. I know we said on the predictions on Thursday last week,
Wednesday.
or Wednesday, whatever. That we didn't want the Terror Twins to win. I still don't.
I didn't either.
I didn't either, but I
I
get it.
Well,
Like
this is
if
the thing.
it's
We said if it was going to happen, it had to be Dom that got pinned. That was the issue that I had, was that Rhea
yeah,
pinned Liv. I didn't
I
like
have
that.
opinion. I didn't like it either, but if it's gonna
But
lead to a title match, then okay,
yes,
I'm
but
going to get it. But
that's
like,
where like a whole different can of worms comes in, right? Because what we said was whatever happens, we thought that the Terror Twins shouldn't have won, but we said if they did win, it couldn't come at the expense of Liv. Somehow was going to set
it
up
did.
Liv versus Rhea, Finn
But it did.
versus Damien, which we are yet to see. That has nothing happened there. So
Well,
yeah, okay, we're gonna get Liv versus Rhea, but a lot of people think this means that Rhea is going to bring or win the title back at Bad Blood.
no.
But I'm not into it because I also just think that's lame because then you're only going to, I get it. Rhea never lost the title, right? She also had it over a year. So I think we need to calm down about her like immediately needing it back. She was champion for a
Exactly.
year. But I was seeing people say that Rhea would win it at Bad Blood and then Liv would maybe like win the Rumble and then face Rhea at Mania
No.
and win it back at Mania, or vice versa. There are also people saying Liv retains and then Rhea wins the Royal Rumble and she faces Liv at Mania. But I
No.
also don't like that idea because I feel like Liv deserves to have her Mania moment. So if I had to choose, I would rather see Liv lose at Bad Blood and win the title back by winning the Royal Rumble and then winning at Mania. I think that Liv is in a spot right now that deserves to continue this story of her as champion. I don't want to see that end yet.
I I don't want to see Liv's reign end at all. It doesn't need to end. You need to establish her as a legitimate champion. Like she deserves a lengthy reign. Look at how great she's been on camera, but then also in the ring. That move she pulled out at the Bash in Berlin, that's
Mm-hmm.
a Japanese move. Like she know ball. All right, Liv Morgan knows
She
ball.
has a
So,
ring in her
oh yeah, she
backyard.
attacked. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm implying when she got the ball. So
Yeah.
you need to reward her for that. And not only that, she could have incredible feuds and matches with a lot of different women on that roster. So why not let it happen? And her and Daddy Dom are the hottest thing going right now. The championship kind of is part of that fire that you need to keep pouring gasoline on. You know what I mean? Like, you need to keep going with it, ride that momentum. And Rhea Ripley winning the championship right now derails all of that momentum.
No, I agree because like Rhea's already an established main eventer, star of the show, number one girl in the division. Liv, they're trying to get her to be that because there are still people who don't even think she's a credible women's world champion, despite the fact of like all that she's already done.
Pickles.
I mean, she beat Becky Lynch to get the titles, but whatever. I think that it's something that's easy to do would be for Liv to retain and her story to continue with Judgment Day and them trying to establish themselves, which don't even get me started on that. And then Rhea's story could become working her way to try and get a title shot again and working her way back to becoming the champion and winning it from Liv. Like, that could be an easy way for them to build her up as an even bigger baby face to face Liv if it came to the Royal Rumble or to Mania. Like, that is so easy. I mean, I get that we were talking about this. The Stan accounts for Rhea and the Stan accounts for Liv are absolutely bonkers. And so they're very toxic on Twitter, and they're kind of making this feud like not very fun for the people who are just normal. So I get why both sides are advocating for their favorite to be the champion. But I feel like as far as storyline, as far as character development, as far as like establishing people as legitimate threats in the women's division, it makes more sense to keep Liv as the champion and have a feud that goes beyond Rhea than to just put the title back on Rhea, because then what?
What do you do?
Where does Rhea go after that? Like to Sonya Deville? That's what you want to see?
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
that's
know,
what you're
I know
saying?
exactly what you're saying. I don't want you to go there. All right,
yeah,
like, that's ugly enough for you to just that out there. So
yeah.
Oh, can we just enjoy Liv? I mean, this is from an unbiased. Come on, just enjoy what's happening. It's so entertaining.